Welcome to AutoSens, the world's leading community for ADAS and autonomous vehicle technology development. We create best-in-class events, training, and information for the purpose of connecting the global community of engineers, scientists, and other automotive industry experts. We are joined by Matthias Feulner, Senior Director of Marketing for Automotive Radar for NXP Semiconductors. And Matthias, welcome to AutoSens. Thank you for being with us today.
Thanks for hosting me, Anthony.
So behind you, your background, we were talking about it off camera. Now let's talk about it on camera, because your background has extreme relevance to what we're going to talk about today. So let's start just by addressing at the beginning NXP's position. What is your position when it comes to automotive radar?
Yes, very good question for an opening. So in essence, we've been investing continuously for more than 15 years now into automotive radar technology, and we have already released more than 6 generations of automotive radar chipsets that have continuously built on innovations with radar millimeter wave technology, signal processing, algorithmic innovations, and so on and so forth. And as a result, today, we are leading the automotive radar market, delivering almost 50% of the chipsets into automotive radar.
Matthias, with that statistic, having 50% there of the market, what do you think is ahead then from your perspective for ADAS and autonomous driving?
Yes, so let me actually answer that in 2 ways. So if we look at what's driving the space for ADAS and for autonomous driving, there are 2 main elements. So on the one hand, there are safety functions, and towards that end, it's all about saving lives. And those safety functions, they are mandated by the new car assessment program, NCAP. And NCAP 2025 is introducing a number of important additions, more stringent requirements revolving around protecting vulnerable road users, pedestrians, motorcycle riders, etc. on the one hand. On the other hand, OEMs, car manufacturers, they are introducing new comfort features which are aimed at generating additional revenue flows for them. And think about highway pilot, hands-off driving up to 130 kilometers as announced by BMW recently. Think about park assist functions, think about urban pilot functions going forward.
What are some of the key enabling technologies there?
Yes, so there isn't any single one, to be honest, because well-functioning and high-performance ADAS systems, they require a full system approach. But if I was to highlight just 2 of them, then I would like to point out the innovation in the single chip radar technology, which is important for these 360-degree sensor belts. And here we recently introduced the industry's first 28 nanometer RF CMOS technology single chip radar, which brings about the ability to do really small scale integration. So we are now fitting sensors into a 5 by 5 centimeter footprint, allowing to install them in occluded spaces, in tight mounting spaces. And on the other hand, the new technology brings about significant performance enhancement that improves the sensor's detection range, allowing us to see beyond 300 meters down the road, allowing us to separate small objects from larger ones. Think about the motorcycle next to the truck, to a much bigger object. Think about a pedestrian stepping out in between 2 parked cars. So on the one hand, single chip radar integration, 28 nanometer technology for high performance single chip radar. On the other hand, I'd talked about the new comfort functions that require us to observe the environment of the vehicle in a much more detailed fashion so we can understand what exactly is going on. Think about the vehicle in a dense urban environment, pedestrians, bicycle riders, lots of obstacles. And here, there's one key innovation that is called 4D imaging radar. And 4D imaging radar basically takes radar sensing to a different level. As compared to early generation radars that could detect there was an object somewhere at a certain distance, now we have image-like sensing capabilities. So really getting a fine resolution picture of the environment, allowing us to really detect, separate, and classify objects very accurately. And that is very important because we want to understand if there is a stone, if there is a parked car, if there is a pedestrian, and we want to make sure that the vehicle, again, coming back to these new comfort functions, is taking the appropriate action depending on the type of object that is identified.
What about car manufacturers and OEMs? What do they care about?
Yes, car OEMs, think about a large-scale car OEM that has a wide variety of different brands and different car models. So they will have entry-level vehicles that serve everyday purposes on the one hand, and they will have premium vehicles for luxury segment on the other hand. And that goes along with different levels of autonomy that we have to think about. So level 1 or 2 vehicles, as we would call them, defined by the SAE level categorization, they have usually basic safety functions. On the other hand, the luxury segment, they have level 2 plus or level 3 capability, including advanced comfort functions like the highway pilot or the park assist. Now, OEMs, they want to build platforms. So they want to be able to scale from their entry-level vehicles all the way up to their luxury vehicles based on a common sensor platform. And towards that end, it's important that any sensor technology or any sensor solution portfolio can scale from the entry level, level 1, level 2, all the way to the higher levels of autonomy, level 3, and maybe even beyond for mobility as a service applications.
Again, Matthias, so well said and so interesting. With everything we've been discussing, what do you see maybe on the horizon here in the near future? What's coming down the line that we should be aware of?
Yes, actually two items that come to mind. On the one hand, I talked about the advances in semiconductor technology, the introduction of 28 nanometer RF CMOS technology for single chip radar that has significantly increased detection range, now 300 meter plus, that has significantly increased our ability to see smaller objects. And here we have additional innovations in antenna technology that come on top of innovations in chip technology that will allow us to take another step forward and maybe detect objects 400 meters down the road. So really getting a far look out into the distance and see what dangerous objects might be coming our way. So this is on the one hand. Further advances in technology, again, I said it's requiring a system solution to make for a really good ADAS sensor. And here's where we are having a lot of activities. On the other hand, new vehicle architectures that are going to be introduced maybe 2026 onwards will use more centralized processing. And what that means is that now we don't have a set of isolated sensors anymore. We have the ability to basically aggregate, to fuse the data coming from multiple sensors around the vehicle and form a true 360-degree surround vision to fully understand what is going on all around the vehicle. And that brings about the ability to use more advanced algorithms, apply machine learning, and apply as well artificial intelligence approaches. So exciting new trends on the horizon, which we'll not talk about today, but maybe next time around.
Yeah, I'll certainly look forward to that, Matthias. Speaking with Matthias Feulner, Senior Director of Marketing for Automotive Radar for NXP Semiconductors, doing a deep dive into the different key enabling technologies, the advantages of automotive radar, and what's on the horizon. So, again, Matthias, thank you for being with us today, sharing your expertise and thought leadership. And like you said, I'll look forward to having this conversation again real soon so we can re examine the latest trends and how automotive radar is playing into that. But in the meantime, thank you for being with us today.
Thanks, Anthony. Appreciate it.
For more in-depth interviews like this, subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow AutoSense on LinkedIn. For more information on our world-class events, visit auto-sense.com. That's auto-sense.com. In Detroit, on behalf of AutoSense, I'm Carl Anthony.